Suspense is rife as who will be knifed out of the three names Defense Ministry is said to have sent for the consideration of Appointments Committee of the Cabinet for the appointment of India's next Army Chief. General Dalbir Singh is hanging his boots on the 31st of December 2016. The Defense Ministry has sent the file to Prime Minister's office in November last, recommending three names each for the two service, namely Indian Army and the Indian Air Force. They are Eastern Army Commander Lieutenant General Praveen Bakshi, Southern Army Commander Lieutenant General P.M. Hariz, and Vice Chief of the Army Lieutenant General Bipin, sources said. It is still a big question on everyone's mind as who will be India's next Army Chief. Generally, Government of India declares the name of succeeding service chief 2 months before the superannuation of the current chief. But barely 2 weeks are left, neither the Chief of Army Staff nor the Chief of Air Staff name has been announced. Modi government has changed the convention. Sources said one of the reasons for the delay in the announcement of the new chiefs could be that Parliament is in session, which would end on December 16th. Lieutenant General Bakshi, under whose tenure the Myanmar anti-insurgency operation was carried out, is the senior-most of the commanders. Speculation is that the government may appoint someone based not on seniority alone but also experience in handling Kashmir and Pakistan, two issues which will continue to be the focus in the next 2 years. While Lieutenant General Bakshi is from the Armored Corps, Lieutenant General Hariz is from Mechanized Infantry, and Lieutenant General Rawat is an outright infantry soldier. Invariably, the Vice Chief of Army Staff, who in turn is the senior-most in the service after the COs, is promoted to the chief's post, normally a term of 3 years or the age of 62, whichever is earlier, provided he is not superannuated, turning 60, before the day of assumption. If he is made chief on his last day in office, then he automatically gets an additional 2 years as chief. Is it that Lieutenant General Bakshi's background as an Armored Corps officer is being held against him, as the post of COs usually goes to those coming from infantry? The only Armored Corps officer to have made COs was General Krishnaswamy Sundarji, more than 2 decades ago. However, all this is not to suggest that General Bakshi will not be made COs. The point is that the delay by the government in announcing the name is giving rise to all sorts of speculation. In case Bakshi is being ignored or superseded by a junior for the post of COs, he will be the next such officer to suffer this fate, starting with General S.K. Sinha in 1983. More about Lieutenant General Praveen Bakshi. Lieutenant General Bakshi is an Armored Corps officer and was commissioned in the Skinner's Horse Regiment. He commanded the Jodhpur-based 12 Armored Division and the Ulkant-based 9 Corps. He was the Chief of Staff of the Udhampur-based Northern Command, which handles the borders with both Pakistan and China. Considered to be an upright officer, he was given the command of the Kolkata-based Eastern Command, which looks after the entire eastern frontier with China, Myanmar and Bangladesh. More about Lieutenant General Bipin Rawat, Vice Chief of Army Staff. Lieutenant General Bipin Rawat has wide experience in counterinsurgency operations in Jammu and Kashmir and Northeast. He was commissioned in the 5th Battalion of the 11 Gorkha Rifles Regiment and has even served in United Nations peacekeeping operations in Congo. He was appointed as the Vice Chief of Army Staff when Kashmir Valley was boiling over the killing of terrorist Burhan Wani, and there were daily instances of stone pelting there. More about Lieutenant General P.M. Hariz. Lieutenant General P.M. Hariz is a mechanized infantry officer and is currently heading the Pune-based Southern Command. The officer had been posted in Gujarat and commanded a formation there as a Major General.